Hey there, my friend. Alex here from Audio Edges. I mix music full time. This is all I do every single day, and I'm working on a song where I need to set up a drum bus and get these drum mix. And I thought I would just show you that process as I'm doing it. So this will be a super quick video showing you how I set this up. Now, here's like a kick. There's a couple of claps here, snare, hi-hat, overheads, rides, toms, all those things. I'm going to grab them all, and the way I like to do this is go to the output and send them all to a drum bus. Okay, so that's my first step. Now the next thing I'm going to do is go to all of my drum tracks and add a send. And this send I'm just going to call my drum reverb. And for me personally, I already know for this song that for this reverb, I'm going to probably use like a hall reverb, and I have a preset already. So this is just our verb, and this is what that reverb looks like. So all of these sends are ready to go, so I can start sending to them. And on this drum bus, I'm going to add probably a compressor, and I'm going to bypass it. And I'm going to add a limiter, and I'm going to bypass it just so those are ready for me to play around with when the time comes. And the last thing I'm going to do here is add some parallel compression. So I'm calling this parallel drums. Equals drums is just what I named the bus. And so that's coming straight out of the drum bus. Now on this track, I can add one of two kind of go-to compressors. I could add this H comp and grab maybe this pumping drums preset and have that ready to go. Or I could grab something I've been using a lot lately, which is this preset I've set up in Virtual Mix Rack inspired by CLA. And it's just a preset I called Drum Crush, and it looks like this. And then I can send the drums there and blend this in from 0 to get that nice parallel compression pumping sound on my drums. So what I'm going to do is leave that on, so it's going at unity gain, and I've turned this down to 0, so only when I've got the drum mix sounding how I like, once I balance things, add the rest of the processing, you can see here I've already started about half of the processing, then I can blend in some parallel compression like that. So this is super, super basic, and what I'm going to do is then have all these drums going here, and then I'm going to take these three, drum bus, parallel drums, and drum reverb, and send those all to what I'm going to call drum sum bus. And this is just summing together all these last three pieces of the puzzle. I may actually add another snare reverb just separate for the snare, and that I would send from here, and I would send that reverb also to drum sum bus. And the reason I have this one last bus grouping these together is because if I want all the drums to go quieter in my entire mix, and I grab this fader to do that, that's going to affect this send here. And also, since these drums are all sending to this reverb separately, it's not the drum, anything from the drum bus. Since they're all sending separately to the reverb, if I turn this down, this reverb will still stay loud. So I'll have this louder reverb kind of off balanced of the balance I made. So to keep everything balanced the way I like, I'm sending these three drum bus, parallel drums, and drum reverb all to my drum sum bus. And if I'd like, I can adjust that here. Now, I'm going to put a limiter again on this in bypass so I can use it if I'd like to add a little bit of pumping at the end, but this is how I set up my drums. Okay, I like to send the reverb separately, not to the bus, because I may add a little bit of compression on this bus, and I don't want that reverb compressing as well. Sometimes that can be a really cool, like roomy, pumping reverb sound, and you can do that in that case. But in this case, I want my reverb separate, I want everything clean, and I want to be able to control all the volume just like this at the end of my drums. Okay, so that is how I set up a drum bus and my drum effects and how I get my drums ready for mixing. And those drums will go out to my mix bus or my master fader or my instrumental bus if I'm going to put an instrumental bus to keep things separate from the vocals. So that's how I set this up. I really hope this quick video has served you. If you enjoyed it, make sure to check out our free Ultimate Mixing Tips and Hacks guide, where I have a ton of tips on all sorts of things just like this. I think you're going to find a ton of value in that, and I'm going to put that at the top of the description for you. So this is just a quick video showing you how to do this. I hope this helps you in your next mix, and this is Alex from Audio Edges. I'll see you next time.